Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Motorsport Manager, returning to the Predator Racing Group and the Worst to Best Challenge. So the fourth season is over now, and we're going to have the conclusion of that season coming up, and then the preseason coming forward. So let's go ahead and calculate that stuff out. So we're going to have our prize money and all that stuff happening here pretty soon. Also, what we can improve on our car. Not that it particularly matters at this point, but let's go ahead and take a look here. So we've got prize money. We're going to get 10 million. It's a good deal of cash to add in so that we can really improve the crap out of our car next season. Money is no object next season. I'm going to put every dollar I can into our car. We need to get a better car. I do not want to finish dead last again. Any case, let's go ahead and go on. Of course, we didn't win Manager of the Season. Finishing dead last usually doesn't get you awarded those things. Okay, people are retiring. We don't really have much to do as far as contracts. The only contract we have is re-signing Tom, which I've already put out a contract offer for him, which he is currently considering. All right, so that's one bit of the preseason taken care of. So let's move on to the next bit. And we also have headquarters stuff we could be doing. But the big one that we're doing is the test track. Another thing I could do, new building. The last thing we have is brakes. And we could build that, but to be honest with you, I'd rather save the money for the car. So I don't think we need all of this money. And honestly, the sooner we start on a headquarters, the better, because that guarantees we'll have it for next season. But I think I'd rather save the money. So let's go ahead and continue here. So we're going to have the new rules, which the only thing that changed is random grids, which is going to help us a lot if we improve the performance of our car, which I'm not sure if we'll do or not, but I'm going to try. And we have promotions here. So Eastwood Motorsport just got promoted, and Ruiz Motorsport gets dropped down. I believe Ruiz Motorsport was down here before, so we'll have to take a look at them. And let's go ahead and continue. So we've got the contract renewal about to happen here. And contract offer accepted, so that wasn't too hard. So let's go ahead and just sign that. And all right, well, you know, it does look like he did improve since last I looked at him. Again, I don't know how these guys improve at all. I'm still confused with that because you don't get really any feedback on them. When you click on these guys, I don't really, you don't get a whole lot here. I mean, you get some attributes here, but I'm not really sure how they grow. But in any case, contract renewed. Great. Let's go ahead and continue till we get to preseason start. This is where we're going to start building our car. And here we go. Fingers crossed. So we just got roughly 7 million for our car. And we're going to, as I said, put as much money as we possibly can. Now, the one thing I see here with fuel efficiency is we actually do a little bit worse by taking this, but we also get a base stat modifier that's a little bit higher if we take this, but I'm going to take it nonetheless. And then we have here, again, improvability is hurt, which may be bad for us, but I'm going to try for it. Okay. And then we're going to come over here. And again, tire heating is hurt by taking this, but we'll take it. And then finally, we have brake supplier. Did I take everything correctly? So we have engine supplier taken, that taken, that's taken. That was the most expensive thing for us. And then it looks like we've got this. All right, so we're going to take that. That's as much money as I could possibly dump into the car. And we've got almost 10 million left in the bank after doing all this. So I honestly think we probably should build a headquarters here. It's going to maybe not be ready for this season, but it's probably worth doing. So we're going to go ahead and continue with that. And I'm going to save a little bit of cash on this, so that's good too. Okay. Now that we've done that, I'm going to go over to the headquarters. I'm going to build a new building here. And I'm going to build the brake facility. Now, this is going to hurt us as far as how much cash we get in. Because if we take a look at, for instance, our new, well, doesn't matter. Let's say we go to the telemetry center. We see that costs us $50,000 per race. And if we look at some of the other things that we have, like, for instance, our suspension, that costs us about $50,000 per race. So it's going to hurt us for our income. But I think it is worth doing because it allows us to get higher levels of design equipment, and I think that is kind of key to getting our cars to be better. So I'm going to build this. It takes 14 weeks. We have 99 days, I think was what it was giving me. 99 days until the next race. I don't know if that was a accurate measure or not, but I don't want to do the math here in my head, but we should be very close to getting that built before the season starts. It might be maybe we're off for the first race, but it doesn't matter if we have it for the first race. What matters is we have it sometime during the season. So there we go. We've spent that money. We don't have much left in the coffers. There might be dilemmas that come up that we'll need to spend money on, but we have at least something in the bank, so it's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and continue. So it's going to blaze through here. Okay, so first off, I'm going to take a look at scouting. Just to see, because usually guys retire and then they get replaced. So we've got some young drivers here that we're going to want to take a look at. So let's do that. It's not going to take too long. All right, we got a bunch of stuff here. People signing. I don't really care. We'll just go through this. Oh, okay, this is actually good. So she got a modeling agency thing that's going to last 19 weeks. I think that will last into the season, and it gives her a plus 20 marketability. I think she had that before, so she keeps doing that. It's probably her new hair, which is not that new at this point. She's a gambling addict, though, which really hurts her for 19 weeks. Fortunately, that's happening while we're off season, so it's not going to affect her too long into the season, because that's a really long time, 20 weeks. But, okay. All right, so what it's asking us here is if we don't want to spend extra money to help with tire wear. And I'm, of course, going to say yes, because we're trying to spend as much money as we can on these cars. So there we go. We just did that. So let's go ahead and continue. I'm just going to let it do its thing. We're going to have a stop here at the first of the month. Okay, so what do we have here? Scouting report finish, and somebody else, all right, does that. And then we have over here, oh, I hate this. All right, well, we'll take this, of course, come in, we'll get some team marketability, whatever. I hate those events. But Santana, you know, her morale's probably pretty, well, okay, it's not that great, but part of that is because she is a gambling addict right now, which we'll get rid of eventually. Let's go ahead and continue here. Okay, we just got our test track finished, which is good. I'm not going to spend any more money on headquarters. We should be ranked #1 in headquarters for sure by probably a long margin. So, okay. They get a new staff center, whatever. Okay, so first of the month. Continue. All right, now it's time to pick the paint scheme. And I did notice that there was a free DLC. I don't know if it worked, to be honest with you. It might be under this. Yeah, there we go. So we've got a new free DLC pack for this. Now, we might have to change up the colors to really see what this is all about. I'm just flipping through them for now. All right, so we got kind of a polka dot scheme. We have that. We have that. Okay. Okay. I kind of like this one. But we might have to change the colors to see really what it looks like. Oops. Red. Color. What happens if we do red and white? Oops. What color? It looks interesting, but the downside is we might have the problem where we have a bunch of other teams that are, well, not red and white, but red and black. I mean, that looks really interesting. Maybe we could do primary color black, and then, oops, primary color black, apply. I mean, that looks pretty cool. And then what we could do is for tertiary color, we could do the red. Oh, I keep not hitting apply color. There we go. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. That's a new scheme. And I don't think there's any teams that are black and white. So that might work out for us if we do that. Out of curiosity, trim color. If we did red, what would that look like? Oh, that looks pretty neat. I like that. We'll apply that color. And then dark sponsor. Yeah, we'll want white and black, I think. That works. I could change it to red and black. Let's take a look at what that... Okay, we don't have that choice. Never mind. I like that. So that's going to be our new paint scheme for the season. Let's continue. And that is what we're going to choose. Here's hoping we don't get confused with any other cars that are out there on the track. We have the preseason test coming up pretty soon. As soon as we're done building. And then once we're done building, we're pretty much right on the season. So let's see how many weeks we have to deal with the morale hit. 10 weeks. So that might encompass 2, maybe even 3 races. As far as the calendar goes, yeah, okay, so we still have the same Phoenix track. We don't have the GMA vote yet, so we don't know what's going to be coming up this season. Let's go ahead and go to the preseason testing. Oh, we get one last dilemma here. So if we spend another 1.5 million, we get fuel efficiency up. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We get to save a little bit on it. So we are a little bit in the red doing that. And that's right before the test comes in. So here we go. So here we go. All right, preseason testing. Let's do it. Now, this is mostly going to affect morale. So hopefully we don't have any more hits to Santa Ana. Okay, so gearbox issues. Santana's not doing too bad here. 9th overall. Laudan's dead last, though. I'm not happy with that. All right, so she gained some morale there. That helps. We get a little bit of morale over here, too. Dead last, though. Not happy with that at all. But let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so we're still ranked 10th overall. I'm not sure if that's calculated in or not, but let's take a look at our parts. Okay, so we've got 11 days here. Our parts are looking better in some ways, but worse in others. Reliability is a bit down on some parts. Let's first go to design new parts. And also, I want to take a look on the calendar. What are we going to have coming up? We're going to have Munich coming up. Munich is very much a handling-oriented race. And then we're going to have the second Munich coming up shortly after. So we're definitely going to want to improve there. What does it say here? So we're ranked 9th top speed, 9th in deceleration, but dead last in suspension, and probably quite a bit behind. So the first thing we're more than likely going to want is suspension. The only thing is, for this particular race, we've got top speed and acceleration being crucial, and then we also have high-speed corners. Now, acceleration, high-speed corners, those are spec parts. Top speed's the main thing here. We're already decent in top speed comparatively, and even if we did build an engine, that wouldn't help us for this race because it would be done after the race, because that would take 13 days, and we have 11 days. If we did the suspension, we'd barely be able to get it reliable enough. If we did the brakes, we'd be able to get it reliable enough, but, you know, and be able to use it for this particular race. So I think brakes, probably good call here. So what do we got? I think probably 25 to the max is the right call here. Alternatively, I could do plus 20. Gives us more right now, but that's not the point. The point is to get more later, obviously. Okay, that looks good. Happy with that. Let's go ahead and build that part. All right, confirm. All right, with that being said, now we know what we're building. Now we know also what we need to be improving. So this part here, there's no point to improve its reliability. We're not going to be using this part because it's significantly worse, and it's only 1 percentage point reliability-wise better than what we would get with the brakes that we're just about to build. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and improve the reliability of both of our engines for sure. And honestly, I guess their suspension. We're going to leave the brakes be for now. We're going to full on reliability here. Now I am going to do some improvement of performance here, but minimal. And I'm going to focus on those parts that are better for now. And then I guess we know we're going to be building suspension, and it might be the engine is the one that we take the longest to do. So boop, let's do that. So we're going to have our reliability full on. Hopefully we can get that decently reliable and go from there. So we've got some days to go. Okay, preseason testing report. Okay, went well. Targets for the season, we got to do that. We can either choose 10th, which is where we finished, or we can choose 8th. I think 10th is the safer call. I'm going to take that. So let's go ahead. Because we're not any better than 10th as far as car performance. So I have no guarantee we'll do any better this season than we did last one. Technically speaking, our parts are performance-wise a little bit better starting the season, but I don't know how much more we'll be able to improve these parts. So let's just continue for now till we get our brakes designed, and then we'll take a look at changing our reliability. Okay. So first things first, we just built a brake. We need to design a new part before I forget, and for sure we're going to be building suspension, as that is something that's going to help us for Munich. So again, I think the max is going to be what we want here. I don't want to take risk level if I can avoid it. So we're going to go ahead with that, and that's going to get us up to 322. Is how much better than the suspension we have already? All right, well, in any case, let's go ahead and build that part. And confirm. We're continuing to be in the red here doing this, but not much choice in my opinion. Let's take a look at improving our parts now. As a matter of fact, that suspension, yeah, it is actually better than the two parts we have. As a matter of fact, it starts off better than as good as we could get the suspension here. All right, now that we have that one part built, we're going to switch out one of the performance improvements, and I don't think we'll be using this engine in the future, so let's get that out. Let's start doing that. And then as far as reliability goes, this is the most reliable of what we have right now. So we're going to start improving this. And also, I would like to, what else we got here? I think we continue to improve the engine's reliability, but I'll switch out the other brakes here, and we'll work on that. Okay, and brakes finished. All right. Go ahead and continue, and we'll probably be good until we get to travel to the Black Sea. Okay, now that we've done that, let's take a look at the improvement here. Also, headquarters, we're 5 days away, so that's good. We'll have that for the season. All right, so we got up to 46%. That's not great, but it's not terrible either. That's good enough, though. I think we're for sure going to be giving that to Santa Ana, so we'll more than likely be trying to think of what we would want to change here. Maybe this. Oh, we're going to have better thing here anyway, so let's just continue with the engine for now. All right, well, in any case, let's do our part fitment. That's what I wanted to do. All right, so let's go through here. So first, we're going to give Santa Ana the best brakes here. Okay, well, that made her happier. Engine, yeah, we have the best one there. And then suspension, we're also good there. I might change this around. It's only a point difference just because we know we're going to be using the nurse ability, and this has much lower reliability. So I figure we give that to Santana. Okay. So we're still not happy with our car's performance compared to the rest of the field, and honestly, I understand that. Well, in any case, I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.